Welcome everybody to Cycling Videos Online, your gateway to begin your indoor cycling adventures. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a lot of fun. So let me start by saying that this is a workout video, and this workout video will make you go to places and will make you work out. So today's ride is in Moab, Utah, and there's some beautiful scenery on this ride. The complete version, which you can watch at cyclingvideosonline.com, gives the complete tour of Arches National Park, beginning at the Information Center, and tours through Windows and Balanced Rock and Delicate Arch, all the way ending at Devil's Garden, which is a beautiful destination for this ride. And the whole ride is pretty spectacular, but it's difficult. We've been doing this for a long time, but we're always looking to make improvements and accept feedback and hopefully really provide a dynamic experience for indoor cycling so that your winter training is somewhat tolerable. So please leave feedback, please like, please subscribe, because that really helps me figure out if I'm doing things right or if I'm completely missing the mark. So stick with me, hop on your bike, get those legs warmed up, enjoy the workout, enjoy the bike ride, and we'll see you on the bike.
Film Raiders of the Lost Ark right up in there. And this is all the Navajo sandstone down here, these petrified sand dunes. They're about 100 million years old. And they were formed in a desert environment like the Sahara Desert in Africa of today. And then this is the Entrada Carmel layer, and that's the Dewey Bridge members, and that's capped with the Carmel.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you're on your bike, and I hope you've got plenty of water. This is going to be a nice, sweaty 30-minute workout through beautiful Arches National Park. We're starting at Windows, which was a really cool little area that you can kind of pull off and go explore some of those arches out there, and it's just really, really pretty. So what you're seeing in front of you, other than the two cyclists, is a what we call the dashboard display, which contains a lot of different elements from the workout, or a lot of different workout elements, such as how fast you're pedaling, what your heart rate is, and how much resistance is on your legs. And there's a lot of information you can keep up with that really helps you mirror the workout, so that ultimately what you can do is choose what to listen to. So you can listen to your own music, you can listen to the sounds of the ride, you can listen to the music that we have on these videos at cyclingvideosonline.com, you can listen to the narrative, or you can just listen to your own tunes and keep yourself motivated and still be able to keep up with everything that's going on in the video. Back when I first came out with these videos, I was using the Spinnerville videos to train for racing, and you know, the music was just terrible. It reminded me of the 70s disco free music that you'd have in the back of the the old 1970s pornos, and the music is just bam, 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 and I just couldn't stand it. So I decided that when I make videos, and in 20 years, and the kids, whoever watching the video, they don't want to have to hear the music, or even hear me talking about what's going on. But for this video, you get to hear what I am saying. So let's go over that dashboard. And let's just start out with the top or the left-hand side of the screen, which is showing our heart rate as a percentage of max. So it's showing right now our heart rate is at 80% of our max. So what we're going to probably need to do is bring that resistance up on the legs, increase your cadence, and get your heart rate up to 83% and climbing. And it's synchronized with the hill in this video. We've also got two cyclists behind us that are just kind of pushing the pace. And I'm trying to stay in front of them. I mean, I already passed them, so I want to stay in front of them. And so we're working to get up this hill, bringing that heart rate now up to 88% of max. Now, if you don't know what your maximum heart rate is, you should try to figure that out. And a few ways to do this. Either test it, get your heart rate monitor on, start firing up that effort, and slowly bring your heart rate up to a point where you just cannot sustain that heart rate and you have to rest. Record that number as your max. So for example, if your maximum heart rate 170 beats per minute, that would be 100%. If you take that number 180, multiply that by 0.9, it'll give you another number, and that's your heart rate at 90%. Now, a lot of heart rate monitors have the ability for you to plug in your maximum heart rate, and it'll automatically convert it to percentage of max for you. And that'll save some effort. But if, for example, you don't have that feature on your heart rate monitor, you can write down what your target heart rates are in beats per minute at 70%, 75, 80, 85, so on and so forth, so that when it's flashing up there 75% of max, you know exactly what heart rate you need to shoot for in beats per minute. And of course, we're using a percentage of max, not beats per minute, because, you know, if you're 20 years old and you have a maximum heart rate of 210 beats per minute, or you're 60 years old and your max heart rate is 160 beats per minute, then clearly we can't use beats per minute for everybody. So workout would vary way too much. I mean, you know, if I'm saying, hey, hit a 200 beats per minute and you're 80, that's just not going to happen. Am I being ageist? All right, so now heart rate's at 78%. We're pedaling at a cadence of 97 RPM. So if you look at the bottom left of the screen, you look and you'll see that 97. And that is our leg speed right now. So bring that cadence up to 90 RPM. Watch your cadence sensor. While simultaneously bringing that resistance on or off in order to hit that 83% target heart rate. And we got a little climb here. So our leg speed's at about 85 RPM and our heart rate shooting up to 90%. And now we're starting to come over the top. So we're going to lower that resistance and coast up to that stop sign. So you see how that's synchronized. And we have a little bit of a roller, a few little rollies here as we get on the main road, heading now to our second destination, which is the Delicate Arch. So instead of guessing what resistance you should put on your legs, pedaling at 89 RPM, now 80 RPM, we have a resistance display off to the very right. And right now that number is showing 142.1. So if we're focused on that bottom number 1, that bottom number is telling you how much resistance should be on the legs right now. 1 being the easiest, easy resistance, lowest setting. And now we start pedaling, 100 RPM, bring that cadence up, and watch what happens when we come to this hill. That resistance goes up to a 2, now a 3, now a 4, now a 5. So you're adding resistance to your bike or to your spin bike until you get that perceived resistance of a 4 out of 10. And that heart rate should start responding pretty quickly as that cadence is pretty high. Now a 6 out of 10. So adding a little more resistance. If you're on a spin bike, you'll be turning that dial to add or subtract resistance. Nice. And if you're on a bike and trainer, you can do the same. Follow the same thing. 6 out of 10. 83 RPM. Heart rate 88%. So our heart rate is really getting up there. Or those numbers above it are showing you what gear to use on your bicycle if you're on your bike and trainer. And right now those numbers are 42, and above that blue line a 2. This is assuming you have a 10-speed cassette in the back. And the 1 would be the easiest number. The next gear up is a 2. The next gear harder is a 3. 1 more is a 4. So now you're following that. You're in your 1, 2, 3, 4 gear from the easiest on the back. Now we're at a 1 and we're coasting as we got this nice fast downhill. We're going to accelerate up to about 50 miles an hour here and enjoy the view and take a little break. So even while we're coasting, we can look at our heart rate and match it on our computer with that of the video showing 78% and going down as we're coasting, now 75. So that one in the back is our easiest gear to pedal in, and a 10 in the back will be the hardest gear to pedal in, and those are the numbers above the blue line. Below the blue line, we're showing a 42. And this is basically just showing that you're in your small chain ring up front. So I'm using a traditional tooth configuration of 42 for the small ring and a 52 for the big ring. It's not super important if you don't have the exact number of teeth, but you know, this is how how this was calibrated using. So traditional 42, 52. So when you see that 42 switch to a 52, what you're going to need to do is shift it into your big ring up front. And that's going to add a lot more resistance to your trainer, and you're going to really feel the demands of that hill. And we're going to get a chance to practice with that soon enough. So bringing that resistance down as we're coming up over the hill, you can almost feel that hill start to go down as that resistance on your legs gets lower and lower. So it really gives you a nice simulation of how much pressure, how much feedback the hill is giving to your legs or leaving your legs as we're descending, bringing up that cadence to get our bike speed up. The road shallows out here, so we're going to add a little resistance and then take it off. And the road is always changing. The dynamics of the road is changing. The winds are changing. Efforts are changing. And each time these changes result in different power changes, we're going to adjust our cadence and our gearing or our resistance in order to accommodate those changes, so you're really feeling the exact power required to keep moving the bike forward on this road. That's so pretty here. Pedaling almost 90 RPM, resistance at a 5 out of 10. Watching that heart rate, we're only at 80% here. This little stretch is a nice warm-up. The next stretch is going to be a little trickier, but stay on the bike, keep it going. Now, when you're getting used to this dashboard, things happen quickly, and it can be a little bit confusing, but if you stick with it, pretty soon you hear those clicks and you know exactly what to expect. Especially when you see the road flattening out or getting steeper, you're gonna know, oh shoot, I gotta add more resistance. Oh shoot, it's gonna get harder quick. Or in this case, we're going downhill. We say, oh nice, little break on the legs. So those are the primary tools to help you focus on the efforts that the video is asking you to do: heart rate, cadence, and resistance. But there's a few other little things that you can look at that'll help you dial in the workout even more. And, you know, these tools give us a chance to really talk about how our body is responding to changes in effort. What does a certain effort feel like? And how we can use these metrics to improve our ability as a cyclist. All right, so that tool went away. Let's go ahead and warm down a little bit. Enjoy the scenery and get your body ready for the next part, which is a nice, long, steep climb. Take a drink. All right, here we go. We're actually at the beginning of this ride, and it gets steep so fast, I just want to make sure you're warmed up for it. So 52 up front, 7 in the back, nice heavy gear. This hill is going to demand a lot of work, a lot of power here. But now watch that cadence, because our cadence is only 65 right now. Heart rate is 78%. You may be higher because, you know, you're already warmed up. But let's just stick with the tools. 8, 9. We're almost in our hardest gear. This hill is really steep. So we're feeling each push of the pedal. If you're on your bike, you're pushing and pulling those pedals up. You're just trying to keep those legs turning at 65 RPM. Your heart rate is going to start shooting up here. So I'm almost 90. So that's okay. You might be higher than the video here, because in the video, we're just starting. This is where the ride starts. But I didn't put this hill here. I want you to be nice and warmed up before we tackle this climb. Now, you'll see 3 graphs. That top graph is the hill profile for this ride. A little more resistance. Feeling it. Come on. Woo. That top graph is the hill profile. And you can see where we're at by looking at those 2 white lines going through all 3 graphs. And you can see just how little of this first climb we've actually covered. And you can see where the descent is and where the next climbs are and how big they are. So fighting up this first grade, but it's beautiful, huh? 6 out of 10. Taking a little easier here, but you see pitching up ahead. You can see off the edge of the road the LaSal's beautiful mountain range that rise a little over 10,000 feet in elevation. And there's another video in Utah that we climbed those mountains. It's a really hard workout. Really tough video. So if you're staying faithful to these tools, you're feeling your heart really start pounding, you're feeling your legs starting to suffer as these climbs are pretty relentless. And the LaSal's, we'll climb those in a video called Grand Fondo Moab, which is actually a race. So that just makes the video and the workout 10 times harder. But you can see how the cars on the road up ahead, see how much higher we have yet to climb. So just hang tough, find a comfortable cadence and resistance so that our heart rate is not spiking over 88, 90%. So if you're over 90% right now, bring that cadence or that resistance down just a bit so we can control the heart rate. We're not going to go much above 88% on this first climb. We might hit 90, I think. And that effort graph is the middle graph on those profiles. So that's our heart rate profile. And you can see that we're just in that orange. So we're just starting to get our heart rate up into the high 80s here. Adding more resistance for this bend here. This switchback always makes the road a little steeper. So we can see that the heart rate is just going to keep going up from here. We're at 88 now. I'm at 90, so I'm happy with where my heart rate is at. And then, if you look to the right of that, you'll start seeing the efforts drop into the green. So you get a little break. And then you'll see them start going up and up and up as we start climbing that next hill. And then the last hill to Devil's Garden really pushes our limits. And we're really suffering by the end of this workout. But man, when you finish the full video, the full workout, you really get this sense of accomplishment. Feels really good. And the views just keep making the ride just so rewarding. .65 RPM, 88%, 91% here. So that heart rate's going up. You can hear the breathing in the video. We are climbing. Good job. Keep it up. Let's go. Feeling those legs. Feeling that resistance from the hill. We're looking at a full summit, but it does get a little easier where that V is up the road there. Add some resistance. Keeping that heart rate 90%, 91, and we're here full 10 out of 10. Really feeling those legs, pushing those pedals down, bringing that resistance down. 7 out of 10. Good job. Come on. So again, guys, ladies, gentlemen, the full video is available at cyclingvideosonline.com. And the full video is almost 2 hours in length. We'll have a special guest helping us with the narrative. His name is Adam Zimmerman. Guy's awesome. Very smart guy. He's a professional cyclist, professional trainer. He also races. He trained the Garmin team juniors. And, he really teaches you how to push past what you think you can do. Bringing that resistance down. Small ring up front. 3 out of 10. 4 in the back. Heart rate's still up. Cadence at 80. Heart rate will start coming down just a little bit. But let's not lose that momentum. But this video, this workout, is almost over. You just did a 30-minute workout. Do it again. And then follow those training tools from the very start. And you'll get a whole new idea of what the videos, or what the workout feels like and how to use the videos. Again, I'm going to try to come out with a new workout every week for you, 30 minutes long, and really encourage you to like, subscribe, and leave feedback. And please let me know what you think. All right, we're finishing this climb. And then once we get to the top, this workout is over. We're almost up, gang. Let's go. Just keep pushing through it. We're at 90% of our max heart rate. Cadence 75. Let that heavy breathing motivate you. You know what you have to do here. You gotta work. And I am working right along with you, so we're feeling this pain together. So you're never alone. And if you ever get a chance to get out to Moab, Utah, take this drive, bring your bike. Tons of amazing mountain biking too, and just, so much to do. Even if you're just touring for a couple days, there's some amazing hikes. We'll have a hiking video on Cycling Videos Online as well that explores 7 miles of Devil's Garden, which is absolutely spectacular. Oh yeah. There's our carrot up ahead, past her. Yeah, I think we're almost done. The LaSal's up ahead. So pretty. I love Moab. Taking a little resistance off here, bringing that cadence up, 95 RPM. We're motivated by that cyclist. We want to catch up, pass. So that's what's driving up the effort here. So we're not happy being in the back. You'll see that's a common theme to the videos. Passing carrots. Let's go. 95 RPM. Get the pass. Woohoo.
Morning.
And start your warm down, guys. Start your warm down here. Your 30 minutes is done. Just pedal it out, spin it out, flush out the lactic acid. Let your legs recover. Bring that heart rate down. Bring it down about 80%. And then slowly bring it down to about 70%. And then exit the bike. Or start the next video. Or go to Cycling Videos Online and do the full workout. So thank you again, guys. Really appreciate you being here. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next 30-minute workout. This is BitBop signing out.